Hey, Utah Mammoth fans, Tusks up, and welcome into another Utah Mammoth Daily. So, this weekend was rough. On the ice, off the ice, all the way around, just rough. Not a good time. So this episode, I guess, is going to be a little bit different. A little bit more of a somber tone to it, just because of everything that's been going on with the team and around the team. But I'll wrap up the show or the episode with a little bit of energy and a little bit of spice as far as what I'm seeing here with the team and what needs to happen here. But yeah, a rough weekend. Lost to Dallas when they really shouldn't have. They were the better team for the majority of the game. They had the energy, they had the drive. They just couldn't find the back of the net when it mattered most. And then against St. Louis, they just looked like a team that was exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally. They just looked like they were tired. And I know a lot of the fans don't want to hear it, but I understand it. I get it. As somebody who's lost a parent, as somebody who has friends who's lost parents, like most everyone knows the emotional drain that has. And for the majority of us, we wouldn't be able to show up to work the next day. And for some of us, we wouldn't be able to get out of bed after hearing the news that a parent suddenly dies. Just suddenly, out of the blue. So, this one, I get it. I understand the frustration from the fans. It's tough to watch right now, but you got to realize these guys are human. This life happens. There are more important things than hockey. And this weekend just kind of showed the limits of what a human can take and the perseverance and just the reason I really love Captain Keller. I don't know how he did it. And he played hard. He played well against Dallas and against St. Louis. I honestly was surprised to see him out on the ice. I know that a lot of people weren't, but me personally, going back to your hometown, where your parents live, where your family is, I don't know how you take the ice there. And he still played his guts out. And he was still there to support Logan Cooley. He helped him off the ice when Logan Cooley went down. I just That's the kind of guy who is your captain. That is your captain. And everybody who's saying he's not the captain, well, maybe you should rethink some things. But that's how we're starting this episode. So let's talk about Clayton Keller. I've got nothing but love and support for him and his family, and the Utah Mammoth family as a whole. Losing somebody like that is a shock, and like I said, I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he got on the plane. I don't know how he was able to get off the plane, get out of bed in the hotel, get to the rink. I don't know how he did it. He's a stronger person than me. That's for dang sure. And knowing what has been released about what happened, it was just sudden. It just happened overnight. He he goes to Clayton Keller's dad goes to sleep and that's it. Like I don't know how you can reconcile with that. I mean, Clayton Keller is a man of faith, so that will help. But wow. And seeing the guys rally around him like they did to a man, everybody was there to support him in every way, shape, and form. All the way up to Andre Tourigny releasing the statement on behalf of Clayton Keller and the Mammoth. I don't really see that a lot. You don't see that. You see it maybe from the PR team, from the press team. Maybe the general manager makes a statement, but not the head coach. And the associate captain, Lawson Krause, man, I really am thankful for him. Saying all the right things, doing all the right things, just not being able to slot home a goal. But him, and I'm sure behind the scenes, Sergachev was great, and just the entire team, Shaw Dursey, just you could go on and on. You could talk about each individual player and how they have helped and supported Clayton Keller through this nearly impossible time in his life. And I can't wait for them to come home here in a month? Like, I can't wait for them to come home and Clayton Keller just hearing the entire Delta Center erupt around him. I hope the Mammoth have something planned. Not necessarily something special or like a tribute or anything like that, but just like something where the fans can cheer Clayton Keller. I think that would be really cool. But my entire weight and support and everything. My voice is behind this team. Yeah, I get frustrated just like you guys do. I really do. I scream and yell at my TV screen. I scream and yell. I say, some awful things that I'm very grateful this microphone right here isn't on and recording. But that's also why I'm grateful to FanArch for allowing me to have a schedule where I can have time to digest this stuff before, so I don't do a stupid instant reaction that I'll regret later. So I love this team. I didn't expect a win against Dallas, and they got so close. That shows how close the team is, because Dallas is one of the top 4 teams in the league, and they almost beat them in their place. And then after everything they gave in that game to come out against St. Louis and only give up 1 goal, that is Herculean in and of itself, and they just couldn't generate any offense because they were just tired. That was the theme I saw throughout the game. They were just tired. I know a lot of fans don't want an excuse for them. They're professionals. They should do better, but in this case. And then also with Logan Cooley going down 20 miles an hour, his knee hits the other player's knee. And what was fascinating to me is initially I was with some Utah Mammoth fans where I thought it was a dirty hit. I thought he stuck his knee out on purpose and he wanted to get Logan Cooley hurt. On replay, that's not really the case. I'll keep my judgment up in the air. If the NHL suspends Toropchenko, then it was a dirty hit. But if the NHL says that 5-minute major out of the game was enough, then it wasn't a dirty hit. It was just an unfortunate confluence of events that led to Logan Cooley's knee hitting Toropchenko's knee, and what happened. It was also fascinating going online, going to different areas, even looking at the comments on like the YouTube highlights and stuff. If you're a Mammoth fan, it was a dirty hit. If you're a Blues fan, it was an unfortunate confluence of events. And if you're an idiot, you say the refs suck. In this instance, I'm leaning towards an unfortunate, coming together of knees. And it just so happens that Logan Cooley was the one moving at 20 miles an hour. And when you're going 20 miles an hour and stop, or you're forced to stop, bad things happen. And that's what happened to Logan Cooley. I hope it's not overtly serious, but that's a stupid thing to say with the way he reacted, with the way his teammates reacted, with the way the training staff reacted. I just want Logan Cooley to know that we've got his back too, The fans love Logan Cooley. We know he's going to come back. We know he's going to come back a great player. Just take the time you need, get healthy, do what you need to do, because those 23 points, 14 goals, 9 assists, leading the team, that's going to happen a lot here in the future. So, yeah, just a rough weekend all around. All right, and now lastly to some spice. So, all-time slumps here from Barrett Hayton, Nick Schmaltz. Nick Schmaltz in the month of October was gangbusters. We all saw it. We all loved it. It was great. He was leading the NHL in goals and scoring. It was awesome. November comes around and he disappears. In the month of November, that's 15 games, just so you don't have to look it up. I looked it up. 5 total points in 15 games. In a contract year. Oof. So he's saving Utah money if Bill Armstrong decides he wants to retain Nick Schmaltz. He's saving Ryan and Ashley Smith a boatload of money here. But I just don't understand how you can keep trotting him out on the top power play or on the top unit. I understand that there's familiarity there with Clayton Keller. They're buds. They've played together for a long time now. But you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. He's tinkered with every other line combination on his team, he being Andre Tourigny. Why not the Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz? Why not move them around? Against the Blues, he did. Ish. He moved Nick Schmaltz to center. He bumped up J.J. Peterka. I don't like that line, personally. It's too finesse. There's not enough oomph. But I guess that could be said about the majority of the team outside of Brandon Tanev, Liam O'Brien, Jack McBain. Outside of those guys, Ian Cole, outside of those guys, there's not really much oomph. It's more precision than panache. So, Nick Schmaltz, I don't know. What do you do there? You can't trade him. His value is at an all-time low now. Like, nobody wants him. Like, you could probably get a ham sandwich that's been in the fridge for 3 days. But I don't think anybody really would want Nick Schmaltz, especially since it's a contract year, unless it's a team that has flown the white flag and they just want the cap space. That could happen. It's been reported that the Predators are listening to offers for Jonathan Marchessault and Steven Stamkos. I don't know how either of them fit with Utah, so we'll see there. And then Barrett Hayton, oh boy, a lot of fans are labeling him a bust. Top 6 pick, not really done much of anything. He is the ultimate teammate. He is doing everything the team is asking him to do, even playing down on the 4th line. But just because you're the ultimate teammate doesn't mean you get to stay around when you're expected to be a top-line player. I've been saying for a while he's been miscast for his role. I think that's true, but there's nobody else to fill that role on this team, and it seems like he's the only one willing to do that. You know, diving at the goalie, just putting his body on the line, getting roughed up every single night. It's just, who else do you put in there? And I think that's the problem Andre Tourigny and Bill Armstrong need to address. Do I think this team is still good enough to make the playoffs? 100%. They just need to figure it out. And I have faith they will. I think they will. But if a change happens, it should happen soon, around Christmas time, and it should involve Nick Schmaltz and Barrett Hayton. Another one to consider, John Marino. Not a very popular opinion, but it is my opinion. Maybe they need to move on from him. He's not really having the best of time, and it seems like every time a goal goes in, you go, oh, look, there's John Marino. So that's just how I feel about it. That's what I'm seeing, but overall, just a really rough time for the boys. I've still got their back. I hope you do too. If you do, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tusks up.